Hi everybody, it's Kate from Katie Did. We are back at my old stomping grounds, Howry Island Fishing Access near Hysham, Montana. It is a gray, cold spring day, but I needed to get out of the house. The dog needed to get out of the house, and my husband needed to get out of the house. So here we are. We're going to see how high the river has gotten and if there are any rocks left. So come along. So many beautiful rocks. I see Kava's found a bone already.
That didn't take long. Isn't she clever?
So many birds. There's some rocks though. How exciting. Well, I'm happy to report that so far the river is not so high that there are no rocks to be found. So that makes me feel happy inside, because I was worried that this bad weather had eliminated any possibility of coming to the river. Now, it won't be this way for very long. The water is definitely higher than it was the last time I was here. Oh, Kava has figured out my husband is going to be walking down that way. She's very puzzled. Lots and lots of game birds are settling on the rivers and lakes in this area right now. They're moving from one place to another, and so they're just taking a little break here in eastern Montana. I always love when I find a jasper or chalcedony of some kind that has the matrix still attached to it. It tells the story of how this rock was formed inside of another rock. I just think that's cool. Look at this very pretty little piece of jasper. I love this vein that goes all the way through it. Pretty cool. And this, while it is probably just chert, appears to have a fortification pattern in it, and it is sort of blue looking. That means it has to come home with me. So this was a little ice pocket earlier. You can see that the river has come up at least to this point. It's still very, very shallow. But it also has been pretty cold, so it's something that it's surprising that it's rising at all at this point, because it's been snowing and freezing and just kind of awful. So fingers crossed the river will rise, wash all these agates up and down, turn it over, and give us all kinds of new things to find. One kind of funny thing about hunting the same place over and over again is I keep coming upon my reject piles. You know, things that are too heavy to carry, not that great as far as rocks go. Big jaspers that I thought maybe I wanted to bring home and then just got too tired to carry. It's somewhat amusing. Anyway, lots of rocks for everyone. This is a very interesting piece of chalcedony. It has quartz here and then jasper, so I guess it qualifies as jasper, but it's in a vein so that it's surrounded on both sides. That's kind of neat. Speaking of kind of neat and being surrounded on both sides, that's just a sedimentary rock, but It's so cool. Looks like a misshapen Oreo. Just a little peek at some of the pretty rocks. The sun is not shining, which would really make finding the agates that are hidden in here a lot easier, because this place is pretty picked over at this time of year. I thought maybe this was a piece of petrified wood, but actually I think it's just a piece of sedimentary rock. Still pretty. Well, that is a very pretty little piece of petrified wood. I like it. I'm thinking this is a jasp agate, but it really is very interesting looking. I'll have to wash it off. This is a pretty super interesting piece of what I guess is breccia. It's broken apart and then cemented together with another material. At some point, when these get large enough, they're called septaria nodules, and I'm not quite sure what the difference is. But I'll call this one breccia anyway. And this little guy looks like a piece of chert that would like to be an agate, but isn't. Well, this is a pretty thing. It looks like it has plumes in it. It has a little bit of the agatey skin, but it's definitely not clear like an agate would be. I'm gonna wash it off. I don't know what this is, but I think it's possibly very pretty. Here's another little piece that I definitely need to wash off. That's interesting. Huh. And let's see what else we have here. Ooh, that pretty jasper. Oh yes. Jasp agate. 100%. How lovely. Hey, look, the sun's coming out. It was only momentary, but it sure felt good. I did not bring my boots or anything to wade with today because I thought that the river would be substantially higher than it already is. But it's still fun to look at. We waded all the way across there. I think Kava remembers going across there. She thinks we're going to do it again. She is mistaken. I have a little something to wash off here. See, now this one has some agatey qualities, but it also has some minerals in it that make it not agatey. So we'll just toss it. I think. See, now the rest of this, I wouldn't have picked this up and looked at it instead of petrified wood, but it has this curve at the top that is very, very similar to the growth rings you see. It's agatized. Cool. This is another example of something called stockwork. Thank you, Thirstfast, for that identification. It has stuck with me. And it's pretty. This looks like a chunk of agatized wood. Maybe. Let's take a look and see. Huh. Yeah, I'm just not positive about that one because it has what looks like a sedimentary filling in the middle there. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep it. Now I know this is not a Montana agate because I can tell just looking at it that it is not clear, but it definitely could be a jasp agate. It has this wonderful hole in it that, you know, agates and jaspers and other hard materials will often have shapes like this where they were formed inside gas bubbles. Oh, look how pretty that is. That is neat. That is so pretty. This is really interesting. I turned this over just because. And it has these dark streaks that almost look like crystals, or it looks like a plant fossil, but I don't think it is because this is a volcanic type rock. But I've never seen anything like that before. Interesting. Well, it's small, but it's my first agate of the day. That can go in the tumbler and be very happy there. Since I'm not laden down with all kinds of agates in my bag, I'm going to bring this piece of jasper home. I just think it's so pretty. And I wanted to show you this, although I probably won't take it home, because it's purple. It has purples and sort of almost blues. Yeah, maybe I will take it home. I'm on my way out. Why not? Hey, if you're new here, or you're watching on an Apple TV or a smart TV and you can't click the subscribe button, please get on your phone or your computer or whatever works and hit that subscribe button. It really makes a huge difference for the YouTube channels who are out here producing content. And we want to continue. Thanks for being here. Well, this was really fun. It was nice to get out even though it is cold and windy. I hope my adventure has given you at least a little breath of fresh air. And I hope you're all staying safe and well. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.